Good morning, Pranam. Welcome to the live session. And here today is the last series of the Navagraha understanding. So today we are talking about Ketu. We started our journey from Mercury. Mercury was all about your mind, your understanding. And today we are talking about Ketu, a planet which has no head. So, this is the whole journey of the nine planets which are teaching us something about ourselves. So, Ketu is teaching us about the letting go. Now, this is one of the most important point where we understand where we are codependent in our life and where we are attached to things which are holding us back from doing what we want to do, from giving what we want to give, and making us restricted. You know, if you, for example, you if one day somebody praises you, you're very happy. The next day, the same person criticizes you, and you feel sad. So, here, what is it teaching you? That is your appreciation or is your value dependent on somebody's yes or no? So, it is teaching you you are attached to your own identity, you're attached to the own validation, you're attached to your impressions. So, we all say that Ketu, when Ketu is active, it brings us separation, it brings us losses, it brings us, it naturally takes things away from us. But exactly what Ketu is teaching us, how to become co how to become independent in our life. So it is teaching us to leave the codependency within us, which is constantly there by something or the other. So for example, the same way that when you fly a kite, what happens is when you hold a string too hard, the kite can't move. When you leave it totally, it flows. So the kite needs a balance to flow. Same as with the life. The life needs balance to flow. So if we are talking, too much of controlling everything, everybody wants a good relationship, but we are too controlling, too possessive about the person should be like me, the person should act like, behave like me. Otherwise, we take it too personally that somebody did not behave, somebody. So where is the freedom? If we are trying to control everything, where is the freedom? Ketu teaches us freedom. Freedom to accept that we cannot control life. Freedom to accept that what I let go is not exactly what I am actually. I am giving freedom to myself. So you have to understand Ketu at a very, very, important point, way of understanding the where you are clinging with your fears, where you need approval, wherever you are dependent on something or the outside of you, you are never at peace. Never at peace. We are always expecting some results from somewhere. So Ketu is actually representing freedom, not freedom from your responsibilities, but freedom from your dependence on the outside world, dependence on the attachments we are carrying, dependence on the freedom for the independent, false identity of the mind that we are carrying. That is why I said when we started with the series, it was the first one was Mercury, and Mercury was teaching us all about mind, how mind is linked to everything, how we are telling stories to ourselves. Now the Ketu has, if you see the planet, it represents it's without a head. So it looks horrifying, but it actually brings you liberation. So that means you are now leaving your attachments aside. You are now leaving your conflicts aside. You're now leaving your, you're becoming more independent in yourself. You're leaving your past hurts aside, because what you are clinging to is actually holding you back. It is not allowing that freedom to flourish. So, one somebody suppose retires from a very good life. Now what will happen after that? What is the identity? Do you feel that if you don't have money, you don't have any identity? So that means the attachment to the wealth is my identity. So where, the attachment is for the approval of something, what is it teaching us? This is where, we need to understand that Ketu is asking us a very, very important question which we never ask ourselves. Ketu is not creating your losses, it is asking you, what am I controlling in my life? Where am I controlling something in my life? What am I holding on to? What am I clinging on to? Somebody goes abroad, or somebody, their children goes abroad, you feel attached. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Suddenly somebody expires, we feel the void. Of course, those emotions are not bad, but they should not rule the mind. We should be free from every attachment. So what, because the life goes on, it's a flowing river, you cannot stop it. But when we stop it, we start stinking, we start staling in ourselves. So what Ketu is bringing you, at times a person is looking for a new opportunity and suddenly the old one says, please leave, and you don't understand, अरे अभी तो दूसरी मिली नहीं, ये भी चली गई. So instead of looking for that, curiosity of having that new job at a better version and becoming the best self, we start stinking in ourselves. No, I lost that, I lost that, I lost that. So the loss which you thought was actually a loss was never a loss. It was giving you an opportunity to look forward, not looking back. So when we look at the calendars, the calendar is always going forward. It is not going back. We are not going in past. We are going ahead. So what lies ahead should be the focus of the mind rather than clinging to the past. I lost this, I lost that. So what, in that loss, did you actually lose yourself? So if you are losing that self of you, that means you are always attached to some identity of what people are going to say. What if this happened? What will people say? So what if I fail? Many of the people are so attached to the fear of, what if I fail? What if this doesn't go wrong? So why is your mind always clinged even to this statement of failure? Why can't we think like Einstein said, after thousands of experiences, I am rich in experience. Look at the perspective of looking at the situation. He failed so many times, but he never said, I failed. The word should leave your dictionary, You should start telling yourself, I am more experienced now. So when you are working through your experience, that is where Ketu is teaching you to leave your attachment and codependency on anything outside. You are a mastermind. So first in the Mercury chapter, we learned about the mind, and after that Venus came. Venus taught us about our desires. The sun taught us about our ego. Last week we had Rahu. Rahu was teaching us to break the illusions of the mind. So the entire Graha series is not come here to harm you. They are always correlating. Somebody told me that sun के साथ आपका Mercury बैठा है. Now sun is my ego, Mercury is my mind. Now what is it? It actually means that you're going to suffer. No, it is bringing you to a higher dimension of becoming non-doer. You are actually leaving all your attachments. So if you study the scriptures in a proper way, you are actually started to expiating your vasanas. So that is the whole Navagraha is teaching. We are so dependent on even what the astrology is teaching. I'm not denying astrology is bad, but even astrology says, even if you go in a straight line, your life will never change. So you have to take risk, you have to let go, you have to learn, you have to drop down, you have to rise again. So that is all the journey about. We are so fixed with identities, I can't do this, I can't do this. This is where the ego stops us from growing. So, life is all about creating beautiful experiences for the self. Rather than having that experience, we are clinging to the results. So we are more clinged to the results. अगर मैंने ये किया तो इसका ये मुझे मिलेगा या नहीं, whether I'll be getting that reward or not. This is where the entire Karma Yoga says, do your duty and leave the rest. The best thing is, give freely, love freely, do whatever you want, do it wholeheartedly, and leave that attachment to the result, because when you are attached to the result, your mind is never at peace, and if you are not at peace, you are never at freedom. So have that freedom, understand what the hurt is teaching you. Where am I so attached with this person or with this job, or where this is, where I am always looking out for something, it always makes you unhappy within. And if you are unhappy as a energy body in this time, you are radiating that same energy that I'm unhappy, and you're looking outside for the validation or some pleasing something where you feel good about yourself. So that means, to feel good about yourself, you always need somebody, you're always codependent. Krishna teaches, become the mastermind, become your own master. You don't have to master the world, you only have to master the self. It's the most difficult part. For people, we can slam the doors, we can say any bullshit, anything, but did it change anything? Did any graha change? Did anything change in you in that, doing that, in shedding off your responsibility? Is anything going to change? No. So the responsibility is for the self. So Ketu is teaching us, take the responsibility of the self, take the responsibility of how you think, take the responsibility of how you feel. You have the full freedom to feel the way you want to feel. So Krishna teaches equanimity. Why he teaches equanimity? So that you have the freedom to feel whatever you want to feel. If there is a moment of sadness, feel, but don't get clinged to it and keep it lingering so long. What we do is we hold grudges. For years we are holding grudges. Then when the body leaves suddenly, you are again carry forward with the pain. Now your life has again got another opportunity, but only again you are clearing the past, and without knowing, you are again acknowledging more of it, you are having more of the karmas again. So understand, my dear people, if you have not if you've not been listening to this series regularly, please go to the channel and watch all the Navagraha series. Somewhere down the line, you will start realizing that you are even not dependent on your graha. You are aware, you are dependent only on your own awareness, on your own knowledge about the self. Where am I feeling hurt? Why am I feeling hurt? Then again, there is a blame game. That person hurt me, that person. So have we given our power to each and everybody? Make me a puppet, do whatever you want to do. Are you that kind of a person? No. So please start understanding that Ketu is teaching you self-awareness. Ketu is teaching you, come in alignment within yourself. Sthit pragya, sthiti we call it, and we call it balance. So, in the end, the graha is not going to change. What change is you? Your inner transformation is that change. And ask yourself some deeper questions. Ask yourself, what am I willing to let go? What am I unwilling to let go? Cross question yourself, because Ketu does not come to take the happiness from you. Ketu comes to show up, where your happiness is too much dependent on somebody else, and it was never meant to depend on somebody. The power lies within you. So ask yourself, if I lose everything today, if I don't have anything today, what am I then? What identity am I carrying then? So do I degrade myself for that reason? Do I degrade myself? So it is teaching you to question your own wisdom. Because here what happens is, we began this journey by understanding the mind, our anger, our emotions, our moon tides, and everything. And slowly this is the last one coming to Ketu, making you understand that you are the most powerful person in your own self. Power does not mean to, bully people. Power does not mean to hurt people. Power means to have that knowledge about the self and make our own path clear, make our own evolution journey a journey which involves everybody and it helps everybody to improve. So it is not a path of, it is a path of destruction of the ego, and it is not a path of destruction of the world. It is a beautiful journey to the love. So, my dear people, if you are listening to this Navagraha series, I really wish you lot of wisdom. Go within yourself and sit with yourself and ask questions. Please watch the series again and again. This will really help you, understand where am I pointing you, which planet. So when you are actually going to an astrologer and he says this graha is working, this graha, okay, accept which graha, but what is the graha teaching me? What is the situation teaching me? What are the people teaching me? So that is where we go beyond the body into the soul awareness. So when you come into that soul awareness, you start recognizing that can I think so wrong about people? Can I do this with my people? So because we have unconscious habits, so we have become puppets. That is where Krishna is teaching freedom. Ketu is teaching freedom. Freedom from your own personality, which is not allowing you to expand. Freedom from that inner limitation, which is not allowing you to accept something which is beyond your understanding. So, enjoy your wisdom. Have a lovely Sunday. That is all from me today. I wish all the 9 planets are actually supporting us. They are never our enemies. The Shani teaches us how to be the righteous one. So when we are acting in a right manner, everything starts aligning. Why? Because your own values and your own moral system has become so high that nobody outside can actually wave you from that. So this is where we look up to people, who are so honest in their work. We love those people, but then why not become like them? Why my own instincts tell me, no, I can't do this. No, I can't do this. This is some dharmatma. No, you are a spirit. If you don't even realize, it will not change the truth. So it is better to understand yourself through the right wisdom. It is better. When I speak to people, they said, "Ma'am, I don't know where is my spirit." Because you are a spirit. You cannot deny whether you accept it or not. It's not going to change. So the planets within you are not going to change. They are not going to change anything by wearing your rings or doing all that. Only your karma, your awareness can change your life. So be aware of yourself and understand your grahas. Your grahas are always there to help you, to make you more, independent in yourself rather than being dependent on somebody else. So thank you so much for joining. Have a lovely Sunday. It was great. It was a relearning session for me also, for understanding all my grahas, where I got attached, where you get attached. Are you attached with your outside world with so many likes and dislikes and all that stuff, or are you working freely to just give because you love to give? So do love to give, spread your wisdom, and as you become the light, you really spread the light. So that is all for me today. Have a lovely Sunday. See you next Sunday with another more wisdom. You have any questions which from your life which you think you really need an answer from the Gita, I will always answer. Please, you can comment here in the after the session I upload. You can always comment what is the next question you would like to answer me to answer, and let the energy flow. Let me know from where you have been joining, so that I give you more and more, and how far this videos are going. And do spread the wisdom. If you feel like, you can always share the videos with the people whom you think are really cling to something or the other, where their life needs an improvement, and this can be a little of help. So that's all for me. Thank you so much for joining. Have a lovely Sunday.